Hello, my name is Sean Reynolds. I'm the owner and managing broker of Summit Properties Northwest. Maybe you've had a buyer come to you that's currently a tenant and they're saying, "Hey, what's the advantage? What's the disadvantage? What's the cost of renting versus the cost of purchasing? What does that look like?" Well, in the MLS, you've got a tool that handles just those calculations. Let's get into the rent versus buy tool, financial tool within the MLS. Here we go. All right, so you're going to log into your home page in the MLS. Then you're going to click on financial tools. And then your financial tools are actually going to look like this. We have affordability calculator, buyer's closing costs, seller net proceeds, payment calculator, and rent versus buy. And I've covered all of these topics in other videos. So if you want to check out some of those, go for it. All right, the evaluation period. Okay, so we're gonna rent for the next 3 years. What does that look like if we bought now versus renting? So let's just throw in 3 years, okay? Your tax rate. This is the borrower's tax bracket because that impacts kind of how your tax savings on a mortgage, deduction, that stuff gets impacted. So let's kick it up to 33%. So find out from your borrower. I know it's one of those awkward questions. So what tax bracket are you in? You need to know. And so savings interest rate, what you could get on interest. Let's say 2%. We're just going to throw out a crazy number right now. Monthly rent. Your tenant's monthly rent is $3,000. Annual renter's insurance. Let's just throw in $500 there. Annual rent increase. The default number is 2.28. I have no idea where that comes in. Let's just say 3%. That's the actual amount that the rent is going to go up. So that makes sense. The purchase price. Let's say that we are looking at having your buyer buy a home for $650,000 and they're going to make a 20% down payment. So $650,000 and $130,000 is your down payment. The appreciation rate on the home, that's of this home that you're purchasing for $650,000. The default number there is 2.28. Let's just say it's 5%. Let's throw out a number. Hey, it's got some decent appreciation there. Annual property tax. You can throw in the actual number there. You can look on the tax records and see what the taxes are for the previous year. Know that might change moving forward, but use that number and you're going to be roughly close. Annual homeowners insurance, percentage-wise, they've got 0.15. Go ahead and leave that alone. That's a fairly accurate number. Annual maintenance, that's a wild card, right? You don't know. Is it going to need a new roof? Is it going to need a new hot water tank? Does it have a failing deck? Put some of those numbers in. Let's say it's $5,000 just for kicks, right? Monthly HOA dues, the homeowners association dues. Let's say those are $50 just for kicks. We'll throw that in. Type of loan. You've got conventional, FHA, or VA. Fill that out appropriately. Your loan amount, since we put 20% down, which is $130,000 on $650. So your loan amount's going to be $520. Your loan term, most loans are 30-year fixed. Loan interest rate. I'm recording this for you at the beginning of January 2024, and our interest rates are right around 6.6%. So I'm going to throw that number in. The monthly mortgage payment is $3321.03. Do you have any discount points? Meaning these are points on the loan. So maybe you're going to do an interest rate buy down. You might do a discount point. You got a loan origination fee. That's the cost of getting the loan. Let's say 1% there. Other loan costs, let's just say $500 because, being more covered is better. All right. So the total rent cost. This is the monthly rent, including adjustments made for rent going up. Because when does rent ever go down? Never, right? Interest savings on down payment. That's calculating for your return on the savings rate. Okay. And then you've got net cost of renting. So you've got $104,000 there. That is basically this number minus this number comes up with this number. And the cost of buying, you got to come up with that $130,000 lump sum down payment. And then your closing costs are there. So and then you've got total mortgage payments. You've got your loan payoff at sale. And you've got property expenses. That's what it's going to take. Cost of selling. All right. They're figuring that calculated on just some basic 8% typically. This is what it's going to take to sell the home. Annual tax savings based on your tax bracket, and then future home value. All right, it's going to go up to this. Net cost of buying, $64,000. So that's your net cost of buying. And then you've got your total net cost of renting right there. So you can kind of make the determination. This gives you real rough ballpark numbers so that your buyer can go, okay, I'm going to spend this much in rent. We're going to take in a few factors. But if I buy, this is what it looks like. And you can get them some information that way. So if they're wondering, all right, based on appreciation and how much rent is going up, does it make sense to buy? Does it make sense to rent? And a lot of this has to do with how much money they're putting down. More importantly, what are the interest rates? That's been the big killer in recent years. We had super low rates, and then we've had much higher interest rates. Where do the interest rates sit? That is the major influence in kind of this whole putting the pieces of the puzzle together. So that is a very broad overview of rent versus buy. But I think if you look at it, it's not overwhelming. You can play with the numbers, and that way give your buyer a real rough indicator of what it's going to look like buying versus renting. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, and if you found this content helpful, I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button for this video. Hit the notification bell. So each time we release content, you're going to see it. Thanks in advance. We'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye for now.